من المحزن أن بعد 10 سنوات على اغتيال السيدة ليند أن حلم السلام ما زال حلما بعيدا، مش بس بعد اغتيال ليند، من عشرات السنوات ونحن نسعى جميعا لتحقيق السلام، نسعى جميعا لقبول الآخر، لنشر ثقافة الحوار وثقافة الاختلاف. أيضا نتذكر أنه عشية 28 فبراير سنة 1986 أيضا اغتيل أولوف بالما، وكان رئيس الوزراء للسويد، اغتيل مساء. حتى الآن أسباب اغتياله وسر اغتياله أمر محير للجميع، ولكن المؤكد لنا أن أولوف بالما أيضا كان يدعو إلى السلام، يدعو إلى حق الشعوب في تقرير مصيرها، كان يدافع عن المظلومين، كان يناهض التمييز العنصري. نشأت مؤسسة ليند لحوار الثقافات كتجسيد حي للقيم التي نادت بها السيدة ليند. مؤسسة ليند أيضا تتعاطى بشكل إيجابي وبشكل كبير مع المبادئ الديمقراطية ومع نداءات التحول الديمقراطي في الشعوب التي قامت بثورات. ندعم المجتمع المدني بشكل إيجابي. أيضا طبقنا الديمقراطية داخل الشبكة الوطنية المصرية، فكان منصب رئيس الشبكة ومجلس أمناء يتم بالانتخاب، وتم انتخاب مؤسسة معهد للسلام والتنمية وحقوق الإنسان كرئيس للشبكة الوطنية بعد أن حازت على ثقة أغلبية الأعضاء، وكذلك معها مجلس أمناء. هذا المجلس يتكون من 5 منظمات، هي الجمعية المصرية لمساعدة الأحداث، جمعية أصدقاء مكتبة الإسكندرية، جمعية حقوق الإنسان بأسيوط، والمركز المصري للشؤون الخارجية، وأخيرا جمعية الجورة في منطقة الجورة في الشيخ زويد. وبالتأكيد حضراتكم في الإعلام سمعتوا كتير عن الجورة، وهي المكان الذي يتعرض يوميا لكثير من الأحداث. ولكن أصر صديقنا من جمعية الجورة الأستاذ بكر سويلم أن يكون مشارك معنا، وهيكون ليه تجربة هيعرضها إن شاء الله. نؤمن في مؤسسة معهد وفي الشبكة الوطنية بأن التنوع الثقافي في منطقة الأورو المتوسط ينعكس مش بس ثقافة، لكن ينعكس على الانتخابات، ينعكس على الحكم المحلي، ينعكس على مبادئ احترام حقوق الإنسان. من هذا المنطلق فالشبكة الوطنية بأعضائها ومجلس أمنائها ورئاستها يتبنون الحوار، هذا الحوار الذي من أجله سيكون هناك مجتمع ديمقراطي، سيكون هناك تحول ديمقراطي ليس في مصر فقط، ولكن نحن نتحدث عن الحوار وتبادل الثقافات في منطقة الأورو المتوسطة. أيضا المجتمع المدني وهو موضوع لقائنا النهاردة، هل يمكن أن يكون له دور في هذا التحول الديمقراطي وفي هذا الحوار وتبادل الثقافات؟ بالفعل يجب أن يكون له دور، وهو له دور حيث أن المجتمع المدني لا يسعى للوصول لسلطة ولا يسعى للوصول لحكم، ولكن نحن نسعى كمجتمع مدني إلى احترام مبادئ حقوق الإنسان، إلى سيادة السلام، إلى إعلاء أهمية الحوار وقبول الآخر. منظمات المجتمع المدني في مصر وصل عددها إلى ما يقارب 40,000 منظمة. هذا الكم الكبير ليس كما فقط، ولكن أيضا له هذا التأثير. ولكن حتى يكون لمنظمات المجتمع المدني التأثير، يجب أن يكون لهذه المنظمات إطار تشريعي جيد يحكمها، يجب أن يخفف الأعباء الإدارية والقيود الإدارية على منظمات المجتمع المدني حتى تعمل في جو ديمقراطي. ولكن أيضا يجب على منظمات المجتمع المدني أن تتمتع هي الأخرى بالحكم الرشيد التي ننادي به في مؤسسات الدولة، يجب أن نتمتع بالشفافية التي ننادي بها في مؤسسات الدولة، يجب أن يكون لديها كوادر بشرية قادرة على إدارة الحوار المجتمعي. الشبكة المصرية في الفترة القادمة إن شاء الله ستتبنى حملة اسمها حاول تتحاور. حاول تتحاور، هذه الحملة التي نسعى من خلالها إلى إعلاء قيم الحوار في المجتمع المصري لا تتوقف عند الأنشطة التقليدية المرتبطة بورش تدريبية لإعداد الكوادر أو التدريبات أو نشر كتيبات، ولكن أيضا نسعى إلى دمج الفن، نسعى إلى عروض مسرحية تنشر الوعي بأهمية الحوار والفرق بين الخلاف والاختلاف والفرق بين الصراع والنزاع. نسعى إلى أن يكون لدينا دمج بين الفن والمسرح والتحول الديمقراطي والحوار، نسعى للوصول إلى جميع المواطنين لإعلاء قيم الحوار. المفروض أن أنا أخلص كلمتي من 5 ل7 دقائق، لا أطيل على حضراتكم، ولكن أكرر الترحيب بكم على أرض مصر، أرض الأمن والأمان. وكما بدأت حديثي بالحديث عن السيدة ليند، أختتم أيضا بما قيل عن ليند، فقد قال عنها زعيم الحزب الاشتراكي الديمقراطي ستيفن لوفين أن أناليند كان لديها اعتقاد لا يتزعزع بأن الناس بإمكانهم تغيير الحاضر وتغيير المستقبل، فلنعلم جميعا أننا من سنغير الحاضر ونحن من سنرسم خريطة المستقبل لوطن.
Thank you also to Andrew Claret and his team from the Analytic Foundation for preparing this seminar. Thanks also to Ambassador Abu Bakr Mahmoud, who is with us as well, and good to see him here, and the other panelists. And I would just like to recognize the Ambassador of Croatia, if I may, because Croatia has just acceded to the European Union a few months ago, and my colleague is with us this morning. And 28 member states of the European Union, all of them supporting the activities of the Analytic Foundation, which has been doing tremendous work in intercultural dialogue around the region, not least here in Egypt. If I can just move that a little bit. See, and I think this is a very important seminar that we are attending today. It's good to see an attendance here, including many from the media. And I just want to make some very brief remarks to contribute to the debate. First thing to say is that civil society organizations, as well as the groups they represent, are of course very dynamic and in constant transformation. They change with every passing month, and especially here in Egypt, which itself is changing so quickly. Sometimes you miss a change when you blink your eye. The country has been through enormous transformation over the last 2.5 years, and civil society is no exception. The role of civil society since the revolution 2.5 years ago, of course, has moved on. And we're here today to facilitate discussions on the challenges ahead and to try to look at some specific recommendations for action. Civil society organizations are at the heart of our societies, all societies these days. They mobilize people and resources to fight against discrimination and poverty. They draw the attention of politicians and institutions to public interest issues of the day. They provide valuable information about the challenges faced by the most vulnerable and excluded groups in society, and of course they very often contribute tremendously to the solutions to their problems, whether they be in the domain of the social domain, the economic domain, or in other areas. And of course they promote dialogue, which lies at the heart of democracy. So the European Union believes that CSOs have a decisive and positive role to play to build this country's future, as they do everywhere else, including in the European Union itself. And we especially value your efforts to stimulate an active and fruitful debate to promote democracy and social justice. And we believe it necessary to support your role as motors of change. To do that, we've developed various tools for support of civil society in different fields, including the promotion of human rights and democratization, support for non-state actors, as development agents, and that's an important, very important part of civil society here in Egypt, as we all know. Support to organizations that are active in the cultural sector and the promotion of intercultural dialogue. And here, of course, the Lind Foundation plays an especially important role. And the EU has also set up a civil society facility to strengthen support to the sector. And we're about to launch a new program that will target CSOs active in socio-economic development. That is under discussion with the authorities and others here as we speak. We've heard about the Lind Foundation. I think it got a very good introduction just now, and I think you're all aware of what it does. But with the coverage of 42 countries, I think more than 3,000 member organizations now, it really has become part of the civil society core in the region, in all of the Mediterranean region. And we've just allocated an additional 3 million euros for the implementation by the ALF of the Citizens for Dialogue program, which of course is on the board before you. And with this, the foundation and the networks will provide increased support to CSOs in the Mediterranean region as the political context changes around us. We think this is going to make a major contribution to furthering intercultural dialogue and indeed to the objectives, the aspirations, the expectations of people here in Egypt and up and down the Mediterranean region. So we wish it well and we want to support these initiatives and others going forward. We've made it very, very clear. Mrs. Ashton was here last week, as you may know. We made it very, very clear that our support to socioeconomic development in this country and to civil society will continue. Be under no illusions, we will continue that support and we will go forward with this country to be as helpful as we can be as it searches its way to a democratic and prosperous future. Thank you so much. Have a good day.
His Excellency Darko Borovski of Croatia, leaders from over the world, fellow Egyptians. I'm really very pleased to be here today. I would like to express my appreciation for inviting me to this important event. I would like to utter my gratitude to Mr. Claret for the crucial role they are playing by the Anna Lindh Foundation since its establishment. My presence here today, in fact, is a testimony of Egypt's commitment to the success of this institution, the respect of the role of the civil society, and the profound conviction in the promotion of a new dynamic partnership between the government of Egypt and NGOs and the civil society. In fact, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs that I represent today welcomed the holding of this meeting that encompasses 10 foreign NGOs from all over the world, 70 Egyptian NGOs with an outreaching to many governorates in Egypt, 11. I'm very happy to see my fellow Saidi people from Sohag just in front of me. I'm myself from Said, from Asyut, and considered this meeting as a concrete indication of the deep changes Egypt is going through lately. Most probably I wouldn't have been here talking to you if this event has taken place 3 years ago, and most probably neither one of you. The former participation of Egypt, represented by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, reflects our keenness on the empowerment of the civil society and our intention to enrich its role in social, political, and economic participation in the current process of building new Egypt. Egypt, which believes not only in the political rights and civil liberties, but also in the second generation of human rights that tackles the socio-economic development aspects and its direct positive effect on the ordinary citizen. I would like to seize this opportunity to congratulate Mr. Ayman Okhil, the new head of the ELF network in Egypt, wishing him success and affirming my commitment and my readiness to cooperate with the ELF and its network in Egypt in order to promote our shared values of humanist culture.
Thank you.
I would like to refer also to the name of your organization headed by you, Maat, which means in the ancient Egyptian languages that symbolizes it brilliantly into two inseparable virtues, justice and order, as opposite to chaos. The grandsons of the pharaohs who have proven as wise as their ancestors, and today they are striving to revive the spirit of their eternal civilization that they once spread across and all around the Mediterranean. We deem indispensable the active participation of CSOs in the government's socio-economic agenda. Hence, we try to formulate a draft of the new law that will sort out the work and the activities of the CSOs in Egypt. A rational assessment can't miss this new truthful relationship between the current government of Egypt and NGOs working in the field of women empowerment, family planning, and combating the female genital mutilation. The conclusion of the Ministerial Conference on strengthening the role of women held last month in Paris, and where Egypt plays a pivotal role, constitute an important breakthrough for women empowerment in the Euromed space, with checks and balances and follow-up measures for the first time. We welcome the launch of Dawrak and consider it a new tool that can be employed to make good use of the youth power that fueled the Egyptian revolution, through the youth participation in public life, education for citizenship, and arts for change are all of great importance to the Egyptian society, especially in the current phase. Finally, I would like to conclude by saying that, by affirming that the Egyptian Ministry of Foreign Affairs is open up for working and cooperating with the Anna Lindh Foundation and its network for human rights.